Hey everybody, Ryan here, Sir Spookfest. So, I was watching Expedition X with Josh Gates, and right in the beginning of that episode for Bridgewater Triangle, they said there were no major battles and no asylums or institutions for the mentally ill. That's wrong. King Philip's War, or Metacomet, the chief of the Wampanoags, there was a battle in 1675. They fought a huge war, one of the bloodiest wars it was called, and that's King Philip's War, but his real name was Metacomet. And actually, 1675 to 1676, there were 3,000 people, natives, that were killed, and over 600 settlers. So the English settlers and the Wampanoags and the Narragansett battled in that area. I'm just letting you know so that, I mean, usually Josh Gates and that, I like them. I've seen Josh Gates live here in Norfolk. They do a good job usually of researching and all that, but they said there was no major battles, and that's one of the major battles that happened there. And when King Philip was actually captured at Anawan Rock, they off with his head, drawn and quartered. His head was hung on a pike down in Plymouth Colony. They weren't supposed to kill the people that they captured. They actually surrendered all the natives, and they ended up killing them anyway, and it was like a mistake. But there's also something called the Wampum Belt, and the land was supposedly cursed until the Wampum Belt and Pendant were returned. So they kind of missed that. And another thing, Paul A. Dever in Taunton was an old school for the mentally ill. Thousands of people went through there. There's tunnels. There was over 13 buildings. I've been in there, and that's where I had my first shadow person experience. Some of the stuff that happens in that area is because of quartz and limestone and the granite. The whole underneath of the Bridgewater Triangle is basically a quartz and granite conductor. There is something under the ground there that is an odd portal or like a high activity zone, but part of it is because of King Philip's War. Another thing is they said there is no insane asylums. I walked through all those tunnels. There's miles of tunnels under the buildings. I've seen a shadow person with 7 of my friends. We all saw him. It was a shadow kid, maybe 4 feet tall, run across a field into a brick wall, across into a building across the way of the field. You could even see the grass move, and he disappeared into a brick wall and was gone. We even went looking for him. Before that, Paul A. Dever Asylum was that. It was a World War II base and had many buildings, and that's why that was set up like that. I forget how many buildings altogether. I think it was 20 something, but at first I think it was only 13. So they got a couple things wrong, and just wanted to mention that. So if you hear, people probably have talked about this before, mentioning that, yeah, there was a huge, one of the bloodiest battles was King Philip's War in Massachusetts for the Bridgewater Triangle area. Yeah, it's just something I thought I should mention. I watched it and I was like, why are they saying there was no major battles? That's a huge part of why that land is like that. Never mind the Hockomock Swamp, the legends from the Wampanoags before that, saying the place where spirits dwell is actually what Hockomock Swamp means. So, yeah, just wanted to clear that up and say, keep going, guys. Good job investigating. I loved all those episodes. Just wanted to say you kind of missed a little bit, but my buddy Harry from Bridgewater Triangle Investigators was on that episode, so check that out. It was a good episode. They got some good hits at Skim Milk Bridge. Next time I go back up to Massachusetts, I will be doing more investigations. I'm hoping I can get to some investigations down here soon again. Yeah, and you guys have a great day. Peace out. Josh Gates, do a little more research. Later, man.